On behalf of the NCSEA Board of Directors, welcome to the 28th NCSEA Award Celebration. My name is Emily Guglielmo, and I'm the current president of NCSEA. While we wish we could have celebrated in person, NCSEA is excited to have this opportunity to continue our tradition of honoring and recognizing individuals and firms for their excellence. This special video awards presentation will highlight the recipients of the NCSEA Special Awards. This video will be available throughout the year to provide a lasting memory of all the success of our industry. Each year, NCSEA honors exceptional individuals who have contributed to the association and the structural engineering field. The NCSEA Special Awards are bestowed upon individuals who exemplify the volunteerism that has made NCSEA great.
Our first Special Achievement Award is the Susan M. Fry NCSEA Educator Award, presented to an individual who has a genuine interest in and extraordinary talent for effective instruction for practicing structural engineers. The award was established to honor the memory of Susan Fry, one of NCSEA's finest educators. This year, the Susan M. Fry NCSEA Educator Award is presented to Dwayne Miller. Dwayne Miller is a recognized authority on the design of welded connections. He has received the American Institute of Steel Construction's T.R. Higgins Lectureship Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Robert P. Stupp Award for Leadership Excellence, and was the first recipient of the Steel Conference Speaker Award.
I've known Dwayne for over 30 years, and in that time I've seen that he has a personal standard for professional behavior. That standard results in doing his homework, which provides breadth and depth to the content, and he understands that the quality of the presentation, how he conveys the concepts, is essential to first-class training. We all get the benefit of that.
Thank you for those kind remarks. A few weeks ago, Al Smeda sent me an email. I was a little surprised to hear from him, and I was equally surprised that he said, please call me back. I figured he was going to be asking for an additional educational webinar, which I would be happy to present. But I was really surprised when he informed me that I was the recipient of the 2020 Susan M. Fry Educator Award. Frankly, I didn't know such an award existed, so I was quite surprised. I was pleased. I was humbled to receive that award. Many years ago, Mr. Lincoln, who founded the Lincoln Electric Company, recognized that the best way to grow his welding company was to encourage engineers to specify welded connections. And engineers do so when they know the connections are dependable, economical, and safe to make. So it's been my pleasure to present to different organizations like NCSEA educational programs that help engineers gain greater comfort with this technology we call welding. I would be remiss if I didn't mention at this time my mentor, the late Omer Blodgett. He used to do these kinds of educational activities. He certainly brought me along and mentored me in the process, and I'm always going to be grateful for the contributions he had in my life. And then to Lincoln Electric, who allows me to do this, with whom I've been associated for 42 years. I'm thankful that they give me this opportunity. Finally, to NCSEA, thank you for this award. I appreciate it, and thank you very much.
The James M. DELAHAY Award is presented at the recommendation of the NCSEA Code Advisory Committee to recognize outstanding individual contributions toward the development of building codes and standards. It is given in the spirit of its namesake, a person who made a long and lasting contribution to NCSEA and the code development process, James M. DELAHAY. This year's DELAHAY Award is presented to Kevin Moore. Kevin is a senior principal and structural division head of Simpson, Gumpertz & Hager Incorporated in San Francisco.
After reading through Kevin's resume, I'm really quite perplexed as to how Kevin finds time to get any work done with his extensive extracurricular activities. Over the years, he has served on numerous committees in a variety of organizations, including ASCE, AISC, the Building Seismic Safety Council, NCSEA, SEOC, and SEONC, holding leadership roles in many of these organizations. At the present time, he serves on the main committees of ASCE 7 and ASCE 41, as well as the Seismic Subcommittee of ASCE 7. In addition, he serves on the AISC Connection Pre-Qualification Review Panel and multiple Building Seismic Safety Council PUC issue teams. He's the past Seismic Subcommittee Chair of NCSEA's Code Advisory Committee, and he is currently Chair of the NCSEA Resilience Committee. He was first instrumental in developing the wood sill plate anchorage requirements that were first introduced in the 2012 IBC. As the chair of the SEOC Seismology Committee, he spearheaded the production of the first online version of the Blue Book and helped start a new focus of the committee to be less code-oriented and more translational in taking cutting-edge seismic engineering developments and making them more useful and accessible to the practitioner. Thank you very much, Kevin, for all your efforts on behalf of practicing structural engineers. Your contributions are very much admired and appreciated. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very honored to receive this award. My many years of participation, both NCSEA and other SEA technical committees, have given me a great opportunity to meet many phenomenal people in the industry and the profession and really learn my craft, become a better leader. It really makes me appreciate not only the value of NCSEA to how we develop structural engineers and what we do, but also just the opportunities that NCSEA provides to let me explore both the standards development process, which as many people refer to as making sausage. It truly is a challenging world and one where mutual respect and debate is appreciated and followed. And our end result is, of course, hopefully something is useful to all of us as members. But I'm very, very appreciative for this. I've known, I believe, almost every award winner who's received this through my years in participation, and of course, in many conditions, working side by side with them. So again, thank you very much for this honor.
The Robert Cornforth Award is presented to an individual for exceptional dedication and exemplary service to an NCSEA member organization and to the profession. This year, the Robert Cornforth Award is presented to Jerry Maley of Wist Janney Elstner Associates. Jerry served the Structural Engineers Association of Colorado as an officer from 1996 to 1999 and is chair of the membership committee for over 20 years, welcoming more than 500 new members.
Over the last 20-plus years, Jerry has served in a variety of roles for our organization: officer, membership chair, and chair of the SEAC Denver Building Department Liaison Committee, as well as participating in the SEAC Nominating Committee, Business Management Committee, and Existing Structures Committee. Jerry also serves as a voting member of the NCSEA Existing Building Structural Retrofit Committee. Jerry does all of this on top of his day job as principal in WJE's Denver office. Through the years, Jerry has played a pivotal role in shaping the success of our organization by recruiting our leaders, welcoming our new members, and guiding our municipalities and members to best practices. Jerry, on behalf of the Structural Engineers Association of Colorado, thank you for your service to our profession. Congratulations on this well-deserved recognition.
So first of all, I want to say that it's truly an honor to receive this award, and I want to express my gratitude to my colleagues and the leadership within the Structural Engineers Association of Colorado for nominating me, and to the NCSEA Board of Directors for voting to honor me with this Robert Cornforth Award for my contributions to SEAC and to our profession. As a boy, I was always fascinated by tall buildings in Cincinnati, where I grew up, and by the long bridges over the Ohio River between Cincinnati and Covington. And I knew at a pretty young age that I somehow wanted to be involved in the work of engineers and architects. When I finally became an engineer in the late 1970s, I was living in Colorado, and I decided to join the Structural Engineers Association of Colorado to rub elbows with and to learn everything I could from the local leaders in our profession. Now that I'm much closer to the end of my career than I am to the beginning, I realize much more than ever just how amazing our profession is. I still get pretty excited when I see tall buildings and long bridges and all the other things that engineers are involved in. But I also recognize much more than ever before the importance of our involvement in organizations like our Structural Engineers Associations and the NCSEA. What we do together are the things that make our profession truly remarkable. These are the things that enable us to continually improve how we do what we do, while at the same time enhancing our careers and our lives in ways that I certainly could not have imagined 40 years ago. And so again, I want to just say thank you. Thank you very much.
The NCSEA Service Award is presented to an individual who has worked for the betterment of NCSEA to a degree that is beyond the norm of volunteerism. It is given to someone who has made a clear and indisputable contribution to the organization and therefore to the profession. This year's NCSEA Service Award is presented to Brian Decker. Brian Decker is president of Sound Structures. He has served in many leadership positions within NCSEA, including chair of the Advocacy Committee and positions as director, treasurer, vice president, president, and past president of the board of directors.
Brian Decker represents the highest level of excellence, dedication, and service by a volunteer to NCSEA. Starting as a committee chair and then progressing to the NCSEA board of directors where he served as president, and now leading NCSEA Media and Structure magazine. Brian has selflessly given his time and expertise. Brian has continuously challenged our association and profession to improve, whether through advancing our video capabilities, engaging younger members, implementing our strategic plan, engaging students with Lego shake tables, or pushing innovative models at NCSEA Media. NCSEA applauds you, Brian, for your service. We are better because of your leadership. Thank you and congratulations.
Hello, everyone. I am very honored to receive this award, especially when I look at the names of the people who've received it in the past. I just feel like the time that I've spent with NCSEA, I've gotten so much more out of it than what I've put in, and I want to thank a lot of those individuals who've helped me along the way. First, I want to thank my wife, Laura, and my 5 sons. They have really supported me along the way and given me a lot of latitude to spend a lot of time with NCSEA. But going back to the very beginning of my involvement, I want to thank Charlie Carter for encouraging me to start the student chapter at U of I. I want to thank the SEAOI board for mentoring me and bringing me into a position of leadership in Illinois. I want to thank Bill Bast for introducing me to NCSEA and bringing me up to the national level. I want to thank the board members who served with me in my time on the NCSEA board, especially Ben Nelson. I want to thank for all his involvement in the young members, the grant program, a lot of the activities that I was doing, video stuff. Ben really inspired me and encouraged me along the way. I want to thank Rick Boggs for helping co-chair the advocacy committee with me. I want to thank Ed and Emily for breathing new life into advocacy and creating the communications committee with me. I want to thank John Schmidt and Mark Barter for introducing me to NCSEA Media and Structure magazine and getting me into that role there. And lastly, our executive directors, Gene Vogelzang and Al Spada. I want to thank them. So look forward to seeing you all at the next summit. Thank you.
On behalf of the board of directors, thank you to all of the special award winners for their service and dedication to their SEAs, NCSEA, and the structural engineering profession.